Still focusing on my preferred self-publishing products and services, we're going to tap into one of the biggest and most reliable resources in self-publishing. That's ALLi, otherwise known as the Alliance of Independent Authors. Don't know about them? Make sure you stay tuned to today's podcast. What's happening? It's Dale here, and I'm just tickled to death. You took a little bit of time out your day to spend a little bit of time with me to talk about my favorite thing in self-publishing, and normally I insert my sponsor's spot of some sort, but because I'm sharing some products and services and I'm part of an affiliate program, I might as well just go ahead and fully disclose the affiliate nature of my relationship with today's product I'm talking about, and that's the Alliance of Independent Authors. If you'd like to help support the cause, visit dalelinks.com/ALLi. Again, that's dalelinks.com/ALLi. That's ALLi. Now, let's kind of address what is ALLi. I'm going to say ALLi a lot through this podcast. In fact, if you make this a drinking game, you're probably going to go to the hospital. So don't do that. That's not a good idea. Do a water drinking game, and you're just going to take a sip anytime I say it. You're going to be fully hydrated by the time this podcast is done. But the Alliance of Independent Authors was established in 2012 at the London Book Fair by founder Orna Ross. Now, this nonprofit organization is based out of the UK, and boy, they have a growing team of indie authors and experts, and it's just absolutely fabulous to see this company just build up so much over the past decade. In their words, the Alliance of Independent Authors is the premier membership association for self-publishing authors. A nonprofit, our mission is ethics and excellence in self-publishing. Furthermore, they go on to say, we reinvest our profits back into our organization for the benefit of our members and the wider indie author community. Your membership thereby supports you through our advocacy campaigns, advisor network, and watchdog desk, and gives you access to many benefits. Now, let me just make it easy for you here. In my words, this is exactly how I see them. They're an organization. It's run by indie authors, for indie authors, with special deals, discounts, insights, and resources. Now, according to them, ALLi has a code of standards for their author members and their self-publishing service partners. This code aims to encourage the highest standards of ethics and excellence across the self-publishing community, and they go through a full partner code and such like that. Highly recommend you sit on down, but this partner code basically goes down to some core foundational elements they feel that a partner should have, including integrity, value, clarity, partnership, service, communication, community, terms and conditions, complaints, transparency, and continuous improvement. It's a pretty deep dive, but believe it or not, you can probably read it all within 5 minutes. Now, I highly recommend reviewing those items for sure. Now, this is a membership-based service. Now, they do have a ton of free resources. So if you just get anything from me at all today, get the fact that you can go over to ALLi, use their services 100% free. Now, there is a paywall for the memberships. That's to be expected, of course. And you get more features when you pay into it. Now, for the free one, I just highly recommend subscribe over to their weekly email newsletter. It's really nice. They curate all the information and all the stuff that's going on in the world of the Alliance of Independent Authors and beyond. And so this curated information will get you in the know a lot quicker. Yeah, I understand you probably tune into self-publishing with Dale every single week, but I have to be honest with you, I don't cover near as much as what ALLi does because they've got a larger team to go ahead and handle that. So subscribe to the email newsletter, the free one, 100% free. It's awesome. Now the website, by far, chef's kiss. I was using their website well before I became a member because there was really no reason at the specific time for me to go ahead and get the membership because I was like, well, I don't really need those perks, but I've got all these things here. So there's a ton of articles and podcasts, and video podcasts with some successful indie authors. It's really kind of cool. And also their biggest feature, which is the watchdog list. In my opinion, this is one of those things that you can always cross-check a service provider or a product over on their site for watchdog list. And they go through their whole code of ethics to make sure that these businesses or partners or align with those ethics. So that way they can endorse it or not endorse it. I love the transparency of what they do, because I'm sure there are some companies that want a better listing, but they can't buy their way out of it. They are 100% honest. When they don't like something, they just say it on the watchdog list. So at any rate, there's just so much more free stuff on their website, to be honest with you, and their YouTube channel. You know, you can always get subscribed there and just get notifications of when their videos go live of their various podcasts. They have a great monthly segment hosted by Michael Laron and Authreneur Ross. Authreneur Ross does a lot of other like self-publishing salons with Joanna Penn. I believe she does one with another one from Publish Drive. They do a poetry session where they talk a little bit more about poetry, marketing it, promoting it, and publishing it, of course. At any rate, so that's all the free stuff. Let's get into the memberships, because you're probably saying, all right, you know, what's the deal here? For an associate's membership, it's typically $89. Now, if you're listening to this sometime down the line, if you see it's increased, my apologies. It does happen. The prices will change, and that's going to, of course, mean all the stuff that we talked before. All right, so if you're an absolute newbie, this is the plan for you. In other words, you haven't published your first book yet. This is the plan. The membership perks include you get advisory team. All your questions can be answered by them. They have free author advice guides, which are stellar. Sure, you already get some free stuff on the outside, but this is the premium stuff behind the paywall. All right. You get a private moderated members forum. Now, I haven't yet to check it out, but I'm sure it's got to be pretty cool. Selected discounts for author services. Ooh, I have to kind of stop on this one. This is kind of interesting, because if there's particular services that you aren't really sure if they're going to be good for you, if you see it offered inside their service discount area, then you know that they're going to be one of the preferred partners or someone that ALLi can comfortably get behind. Now, notice I said selected discounts. We're going to come back to that here in the next membership plan. So let's put a pin in that, because that was one of the ones that most recently changed and I wasn't aware of until someone reached out and told me. Now, they also have an affiliate earnings program. So, of course, now as I'm sitting here and telling you about ALLi, and I was part of an affiliate program. Remember dalelinks.com/ALLi. I mentioned that earlier. Well, there's a 30% commission for the first year only. So if you refer traffic towards that direction, they'll give you 30% of that. And they pay out through PayPal, and they do it through various currencies, which is based on the region, be it US dollars, pounds, or even euros. It's kind of cool because when it goes into my PayPal, I can just convert the currency inside PayPal. No big issue. They also have an approved services directory. They have the online advice conference. They have a daily blog, which is a twice weekly podcast included with that. And also you get an associate member website badge. By having that badge over on your website, you're kind of saying, hey, look, I follow by these code of ethics. These are the people that I hang out with. This is my tribe right here. All right, let's move a little bit further forward, because the next plan, this is one that's most popular. It's the author plan that runs about $119 per year. Now, not too bad. We're getting a little bit more expensive. I'm not sure if I said per month or per year on the last one. By the way, that was just per year on the last one, the $89. So $119 for just, a little bit more. This is for established authors, meaning you've already published your book. Now you get all the previous stuff. Except, remember we put a pin in something with the selected deals and discounts? Now we get all the discounts for the author services. This is something I discovered by accident, and someone actually was able to share this through the Discord chat with me, that the Ingram Spark coupon codes. Now, if you are familiar with Ingram Spark, then you probably would know that, of course, they do print on demand and ebook distribution, and they're one of the widest distributors out there. The biggest issue with Ingram Spark is the fact you have to pay a $49 upload fee and a $25 update fee. Being an ALLi member, you get 5 coupon codes per month. Now, they used to do it unlimited, but at this point now it's down to 5 per month. That's okay, though. If you do the math on this one, think about the number of times that you can probably end up publishing a book in the course of the year or updating a book. How many times will that be? If you Let's say, for instance, do it 5 times within the course of the year. Let's say that's $50 a pop. That's $250. You just paid $119 towards ALLi and have in turn almost made money back, essentially. And there's a lot more deals and discounts beyond the Ingram Spark coupon code, but I wanted to kind of share that is probably one of the nicest perks if you do, publish there, which, by the way, I publish there as well. I've talked about Ingram Spark in the past, and I don't want to ever give the implication or make you think that I don't like Ingram Spark. I definitely still like the company. There's just some things they have to address. All that said, ALLi's got the coupon code. Now, also for the author memberships, you get a public author and publisher profile on their page. That's kind of cool. You get a book listing. You get contract vetting. What? Hang on a second. Did I just miss something here? Yeah. So if for some reason you have a contract you're working with, if someone reaches out to you and says, hey, I'm XYZ publisher, and you're looking at this and you go, I'm not really sure. You reach out to them. They'll walk you through it. They'll be able to say, hey, this is a scam, or hey, this is great, but you may want to look at this particular article, things like that. So the contract vetting is kind of nice. And the general legal advice, helping you out without having to go out to a business attorney. They'll hopefully be able to get you kind of off and, off to the races and, getting it right on the first time. The next thing is going to be blogging opportunities and speaker opportunities. Now, blogging opportunities I haven't done myself, but speaker opportunities I have. I spoke at their self-publishing conference at a couple times, and it's a fantastic free conference they do on a yearly basis, sometimes twice a year. But at any rate, other opportunities you get is the interview opportunities. Now, interview opportunities is kind of cool because every now and then they'll put out a digital magazine and they'll ask for contributions. And they also have the podcast, and there's one that's hosted by Howard Lovey, and it's called the Inspirational Indie Author Podcast. I was very fortunate. Since I was a member, I was interviewed on the podcast. Fun fact, if you go and listen to that interview, my voice sounds like it's on a pitch shifter. It sounds super deep because something went bad with my mic, and I didn't know it until it was published. It was a great episode. Go back and listen to it. It just sounds like I'm on nitrous oxide. Next membership up is the Authorpreneur. This is the highest tier, but there is one additional tier, but it's separate from this one. Get to that in a second here. It's the Authorpreneur tier. It's at $149 for the year. Now, you have to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop. You need to prove that you've done at least 50,000 book sales in the past 2 years. And they're going to make sure that that's all good before they accept you into Authorpreneur. Otherwise, they're going to put you right back over to Author. Now, they also have all the other things like the contract vetting and the blogging opportunities, yada, yada, yada. They also have the Authorpreneur member website badge you can use. They have business development advice. They have a dedicated literary agent. Oh my gosh. If you are a person that's pulling in that much in sales, getting a dedicated literary agent is going to make things a lot easier. They also have rights and contract consultancy, and they also have business, tax, legal, and contract advice and resources. So this is a lot of really great things jam-packed into there, and I'm going to summarize some of these things at the very end, like what is the best option for you. I will tell you in most instances, 99.9% of the time, people are going to need to select the author membership if they end up investing, all right? If you sold more than 50,000, great, but don't feel bad if you didn't do that. That's okay. If you haven't published your first book, then the first plan's for you. It's just that simple. Now, if you're a business owner, let's say you've got a product, brand, service, or something like that, and you want to look into actually being fully vetted, all right, because they're going to do this. They're going to go through and they're going to really analyze your business. A good friend of mine, Julie Broad from Book Launchers, said they are super thorough. She's like, yeah, they're very thorough, but that's because if they're going to have you as a partner, they want to make sure that you're aligning with their code of ethics, that you are part of the culture, part of the community. So at any rate, yeah, if you're a partner, that's about $199 per year. You do get a partner website badge of approval and public searchable partner profile. You get free entry in ALLi's approved self-publishing services directory. You get the opportunity to offer discounts and deals to author members. I remember I mentioned the whole Ingram Spark thing, and I think a good friend of mine, Book Award Pro, as well as author brand kits, ebook fairs. There's some other people as well who have become partner members, and they have always, found it super helpful being put into that directory. Also, you get access to the affiliate earnings program, kind of like the previous ones, the 30%, blah, 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 yada, yada. Blogging and conference speaking opportunities. You get to collaborate with ALLi author members, participate in the members forum, and the advertisement sponsorship opportunities include places like directories, member magazine, podcasts, and conferences. Wow, we've run through every single one of those things rather fast. Let's just slow it down just a little bit here before I give you my final thoughts on ALLi and how it pertains to you. And if you would like to help support the cause, help out a nonprofit organization, help yourself as an indie author, go visit dalelinks.com/ALLi. That's spelled ALLi. dalelinks.com/ALLi. So here are my final thoughts. Use ALLi as a free resource for now. I think every author should definitely be popping in there and just subscribe to the email newsletter. And anytime it comes in, go ahead, sit down, read it. It's going to be worth your while. Upgrade if possible. I get it. $89 is a tall ask if you haven't published a single book. $120 might be even more of a tall ask if you're an established author that's barely making ends meet. But if you look at some of the deals and discounts and resources that they have behind the paywall, it might actually make your life a little bit easier. It might help you save things in the long run. I mean, I just did very quick math when it came to Ingram Spark coupon codes, and that was just one thing, by the way. You know what? Take advantage of all the deals and discounts that they have. If you do that, right? Don't just get the membership. Go in there, really browse. And it changes on a regular basis. They have a lot of new stuff coming in and old stuff disappears. So just keep an eye on their deals and discount section and access all the books and educational literature that they have. They have such a big, deep catalog of books. Sure, you could probably go and buy them over on Amazon, but you can just go into their library and get it free as a member. It is totally worth it. Great stuff. And oh, by the way, they do have a quote unquote 28-day no quibble refund policy. So that means that if you aren't happy with it within the first 28 days, you can go ahead and return. They'll give you a refund. And it's no skin off my back, no hair off my chest, nothing like that. You like it? Great. That's awesome. I would just recommend, if you're new, choose associate. You published at least one book, choose author. Have you sold over 50,000 books in the last 2 years? Choose entrepreneur. Hey folks, next week, we're going to be talking about my favorite best free tools for self-publishing. Yeah, free. I've been talking about some things that cost money to get, but this time I'm actually going to share you some of the free resources. To get advanced access to all podcasts, visit dalelinks.com/YouTube podcast 1 week before the audio content publishes. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll chat with you next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.